I get sent screeners all the time, and I'm not complaining about that. It's just that sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they are decent budget, sometimes they're big budget, sometimes they are shoestring budget. It's a wide variety of stuff that I get that I see in my inbox, and it's kind of exciting because a lot of times there's stuff that comes in that I would not have seen otherwise, and it's cool. It's something different. It's something that I wouldn't have even known existed. I got contacted by this young filmmaker named Marina Bruno. She did a film that she put up on her YouTube channel and wanted me to give it a look. It was a feature she did back when she was 19 called Cotton String. She wrote, directed, produced, edited, did pretty much the whole thing herself. Had actors and crew and whatnot, but did a lot of the grunt work. And I was curious to give it a look. She said that it was very Tarantino-esque, and it did very well at various festival screenings. So sure, I'll check it out. The movie obviously took inspiration from Tarantino. It was a bunch of intertwining stories that were told out of order. So you're seeing it start at a really bad place, and then it kind of goes back to the beginning, and then it shows a little bit of the middle, and then you get the end, and then you get a little more of the beginning. So it all comes together, and it worked pretty well. The concept for the film was interesting. It was basically a few different crooks that were all intertwined in various ways. They were all trying to screw somebody over, and at certain points they were kind of getting their comeuppance because of that. For a young filmmaker who was working with probably zero budget, the whole thing wasn't bad. I thought the shot composition was pretty good. I thought that the concept, the whole idea behind the thing was interesting. And the acting was okay. I thought some of the people did go a little bit over the top with it. But working with a low budget, and I have a feeling that some of these people probably aren't actors, so I was willing to kind of give a little bit of a pass there. There were a few things I didn't care for. I thought that the insistence on doing the whole thing handheld just made it feel choppy, and sometimes it got rather annoying. There was some unnecessary CG in it, especially when there was one part where it looked like they went and had some practical effects, and then they put in some fake blood splatters, and I didn't really think it was all that necessary. But my biggest complaint was that even though it was a little over an hour long, I did feel like the whole thing dragged, and it probably could have been just as easily condensed down to like a half an hour. With the story that they were trying to tell, it didn't need to go all the way to the hour mark. So I wonder if that was just out of necessity. I know some young filmmakers, they think that they have to stretch things out as long as possible to make it feature length. And if you don't have an hour's worth of material or whatever, then cut it down and people will appreciate it more. People will appreciate it more as a short, and then it'll fare better when you start showing it. Okay, here's the short, it's a half hour. It cuts all the fat and gets right to the punch, and people will enjoy it a lot more because it's hard to draw people back in if they start to get bored. If they start to zone out, it really is hard to pull back in after that point. Cotton String is not a bad outing for a young filmmaker. It's got its problems, but I remember the stuff that I made when I was 19, and I didn't have all the tools that people have now, so my stuff was terrible. And this is at least watchable. This was interesting. It definitely paid homage to Tarantino, and I think that there's some potential there. I think that she has a pretty good eye and will grow, hopefully, from here. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link to her channel below, and I wish her the best of luck.